Hello, today I'm going to teach you how to build this mansion. It's called the Carson Mansion. I did a walkthrough of it to kind of show you guys the interior, exterior shots, everything, just so you could sort of see what it's got going on. And I figured that people might want to build this thing, and it's going to be hard to build just from that walkthrough. There's so much stuff like inside the walls and under the roof and all that kind of stuff that I'll just kind of break it down. It's going to be a little different than your typical tutorial because there's kind of a lot of it. I just was winging it as I went, and so there's a lot of building and rebuilding and trying to recreate the thing from scratch. I just don't know if I could do it without referring back to this one multiple times. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to start cutting different levels out of it, and then I'll go back through and I'll edit it all in a movie maker or something like that and just kind of reverse the order so you can see sort of the blueprint of each level just by seeing the outline of on the ground, and then we'll go up to the next level and the next level and the next level and the next level until we get to the top. And I'll kind of do little flybys of the roof and stuff just so you can sort of see how it was built, and anything that was particularly difficult for me or something that just I think would be beneficial in explaining better, I'll do a little explanation of. But anyway, let's get underway. Okay, so here's the basic footprint of the house. And as you can see on the far right there, you've got the stairs coming up. That's the front. And then the fireplace is down on the bottom right there. There's another fireplace kind of in the middle. And then another staircase on the top of the screen there. Um, Let me just kind of zoom in here. So we've got some blue wool for a rug in this room. This brick is the outline of the actual exterior of the house, and it'll go up one level above this before you put your walls on. And then here's another one. All that junk that's lying around was from what I will explain. I'll explain why that's there later. Um, Here's your green for like the little back ballroom area. You can see where I punched through, and there's going to be three um, pistons going in there. There's going to be some pistons, so you can kind of see that actually there's pistons down on the ground there floating around. Again, I'll explain what happened there. But so yeah, you got five redstone torches, and then another redstone torch there. These are all going to be tables. This is the dining room area right here, and there's actually going to be wood all the way across here. You'll see the layout of the rooms next. That's just the exterior of it. And then you've got this staircase, which is completely optional based on where you put your house. The real one is actually on a hill, and it has this big long staircase, and there's like an awning that comes down covering it. And it looked too modern for my taste, so I was like, well, I like the staircase still, and I built this on a hill, so I thought it looked good. So I just kind of added a little staircase there, and then I wanted it to sort of transition into this block. So this kind of would just be like, I don't know, like landscaping type materials, and then this is actual foundation of the house. And then I put some leaves in for some bushes. I had another staircase over here, big wraparound porch, so you can kind of get the idea how that looks. And it's a little tight when you walk through, but it works. And then you've got some fence posts there. I just kind of added those for like a handrail type thing. These are just purely decorative. You'll see why later. Um, these trees here, I just kind of used the little tree command, just boop boop, or you could just put two saplings down and grow them up. But you want to keep them somewhat small because they're like more topiary type, decorative type stuff. I put some more bushes here. I raised the ground level, kind of like so it looked like it was more built into the hill. This is completely unnecessary. You wouldn't have to do that if you don't want to. You just have a really tall foundation otherwise. And so all these little plants and things like that just kind of help make it look more tied to the ground. And if your whole foundation was like that, just double tall or even triple, it looks really bad. So And then I added these here just to kind of break that up, make those stairs so they don't look like they're sticking out. But yeah, so that's the basic footprint, and hopefully that'll be enough to get you started, and then from then on you're just building rooms. So it works out pretty good. And so here is the main floor. Once you've got all the walls and everything up, and I'll just kind of let you look at that for a little bit so you can count everything. You got the front door on the far right there, and then the kitchen on the far left, and then the little blue rug area is like one of the parlors. The green rug area is the little back parlor. You can see where I put the chandeliers. They're the dining room and the back parlor there. And that's pretty much it there. Let's zoom in and kind of give you the next level here. So we've got fences going up there. You got little posts here. They're all nether brick or nether fence, I guess. And we've got the bay window. Let's go ahead and got the two doors. And I put these little stairs here and here because the original house, it's amazing. If you go type in Carson Mansion on Google Images and just take a look at the pictures of this place, because there's just wood carvings everywhere. They've got these nice little like wooden alcoves carved in right when you come up to the front door. There's actually like the club's page itself. If you find that, you may have to just do like a regular Google search to find that. They've got interior pictures, which is how I did a lot of the interiors. This house just does not do that house justice. And, Minecraft is just blocks, so it's going to dumb things down. But the little art alcoves right here, this is the best I could come up with them. And the way I made them solid was just, that's the back of a picture. So I put pictures going through, hey, bed. So I put pictures on all the sides here, and that filled that in. But so anyway, you got the double doors, and then I put glass block above it because there's like a little window above it on the real one, and then these torches are kind of will be like hidden up in there when you have the roof on and everything. And so it's just simple 3 blocks on this side, 2 blocks on this side, and then 2 for the window. You could do another one in there, but again, I was trying to follow what they did, and it's all staggered and offset in here anyhow. So I mean, you could even go out like 2 more with the windows, but then you're back to the symmetry being gone. And for me, it worked. And you don't want to keep the windows too big. I mean, granted, I used some bigger ones later on, but like here, this one's even bigger. But I guess you could say with all these little small panes, if you're rich enough, you can afford a million pieces of glass. But typically, they wouldn't have a lot of big windows just because it's so expensive, and even rich people wouldn't spend that much money. But that's that. The staircase, we'll show you that real quick. It's just a couple of blocks back here, solid blocks, and then stairs. It's a little bit of a buggy staircase. I think if I was going to redo it, I'd just get rid of all this handrail jobby and then just put the step right here. But I kind of wanted, like I said, to follow what they did. And then I have a door, and this actually goes to like another building that's attached, but it looked like that building was added in the future, not when this house was originally built. So I didn't think it stayed true to the house, and I was just like, man, this house is just getting ridiculously huge. So I just didn't think it needed it. So I just kind of left it off. So living room decor, I got these 2 like wooden end table things going on here. They could be bookshelves if you want. Kind of did the bookshelves here. This, if you make them taller, they catch fire. I guess the fire just kind of like leaps through this open space to them, and it can't because there's a half block, so it thinks this is a solid block. So don't put anything on top of these bookcases. In fact, if you want to dress this out with solid blocks, it's not going to look as good. Same thing with this one. I wouldn't advise putting anything on top of either of these. This room, again, just some bookcases. Got a little bit bigger fireplace here, and that's just because the fireplace itself is bigger in the real one. So I thought, well, why not? So that's how that goes. And then let's see the dining room. Let's see, we'll come back from this angle here. So it had these like nice arched wooden entrance things on either side. Oh, excuse me. And a big table here, and then it had another big round table, kind of like right here. And because it's Minecraft, you can't do round tables, you can't do a lot of stuff. So I just used pistons, and because of this texture pack, they look a lot like tables, which is why I really like using pistons as tables. You just put a redstone torch underneath, and then it just extends up, and then you get this nice little table. I don't really like the bricks down below. I may change that to some other thing just to try to make it go away, like make it darker or something. I don't know, but for now it works. You could use fences and pressure plates, but then you always have this gap in the middle. This you have a hard line, but I think it's less annoying than that hard gap. And then here I just put in like what looks like some shelves where maybe you'd put like your china or something, and you could put some tapestries here if you wanted to. They're pretty safe. They don't seem to catch fire because you're on the back of a fireplace. Then you've got your dual entrances. I would think that these would probably just be like double swing type doors. And this is the kitchen if I can get through the door. Like, this is just a picture. Again, it's part of the texture pack that I downloaded to make it have all these cool wall things. So this is just a picture that looks like pans, and there's some other stuff that, like over here, you've got the notes. I really like adding the extra little bit of detail. It just feels more like a kitchen now. And I've got like a sink and a little oven here, and then more of those pistons, but they're collapsed this time, so they just have a nice countertop feel to them. And then I put a couple of workbenches in here, so they had like some drawers. And you could do the whole thing all the way down, but I didn't think it needed that many. And then up here I put some more shelves, which is just more wooden steps. And I thought, if they do have a mod where you wouldn't be able to use steps, but you could do the same thing. Or you could do half stone blocks or half blocks. And they have a mod called like Showcase, I believe it is, where you can put actual items up there, and they'll hang out. But they're like the icons, so they look like stuff like this. So you'd have like an apple. It just looks like the little kind of ghetto 8-bit graphics. I mean, I suppose you could update all these. In fact, the Minecraft Fun final that I originally got this all from, they had these like really nice, armor and stuff like that. But because it was like for release 1.8 beta or something like that, you didn't have any of this stuff. You didn't have any records. In fact, this one I'm losing those eggs that are for 1.1, so I may have to blow this away and go back to the stock one yet again. And I wonder if you just delete it out of a texture pack, if it'll just always use the defaults. I might have to try that. But yeah, so it's like more kitchen. I didn't know what else was in here. I knew this was the kitchen, but I didn't know how big it really was. So I kind of had like, well, this maybe be the small, like prep kitchen area, and then this would be like the big one if they had like massive parties. So you have the large table, and then maybe the round table is like what they would eat off of if you're using like that kitchen. And then if you needed to serve both kitchens, and it's just a little prep counter table thing, island, whatever. And then I've got like little eating for like the servants, another little thing here, or you could just use it as more counter space, whatever you feel like. It's however you want to dress this house out, it's up to you, but that's just what I went with. And then this was another big room. I had no idea what to do with it. They don't have pictures as far as I know back here. I did see that there was another huge staircase that like went off in that direction, went off in that direction, and it was really nice, but I don't know where it would fit in this house. And I know there's more to the back here than what I saw, so maybe it went in here, maybe there's another room that it came off of. But I figured, well, this would just be like maybe like a ballroom, little dancing area with some couches around the outside edge. I don't know. That's kind of how that is. But yeah, we'll go up and do the next level.